Thank you, Valentine. Governor, that is the incoming president, Masinde Muliro, University of Science and Technology. Silence. Silence. Kakamega hoye. Kakamega hoye. We are going now to the county government. Presentation of the members of the county assembly. I'll start with the persons with disability representative. Representative, that is Honorable Kabiti. Please. Honorable Habiti. Ha? Okay, that one. Hatibi. Let's welcome Honorable Hatibi as she comes to speak. Where is she? Oh, we can take the mic to her. The mic is coming. Let's clap for Honorable.
Waziri wetu, gavana na wale ambao wameweza kualikwa, habari zenu wote. Kwa majina naitwa Roselyn Katibi Akoi, na represent person with disability katika bunge letu la Kakamega County Assembly. Jambo la kwanza nataka nishukuru waziri kwa ajili ya kuja Kakamega na kupata maoni yetu. Walemavu wangapi wako hapa? Inua mikono. Tuko walemavu 1 2 karibu 4. Waziri, nafikiri ya kwamba ni vizuri pia tukiwa na mkutano kama huu walemavu waakilishwe vizuri. Na tukiangalia tena katika paneli ya waziri, pole, sijaona wakiakilishwa hapo na mlemavu, ambapo najua kwamba katika katiba letu yafaa tuwe na 5% yetu. Nataka niko na mambo mawili matatu tu, sina mambo mengi. Nataka niulize, tuko na privatization ni mzuri, lakini ombi langu ni kwamba kama Kakamega County ama katika Western yetu tutapata share gani? Na ni kampuni gani ambazo zitakuwa privatized? Ni vizuri tujue hizo kampuni na tujue share yetu kama Western tutapata nini, na walemavu tutapata nini. Jambo lingine ni kwamba wafanyikazi wetu ama wafanyikazi ambao watakuwa wanafanya kazi katika hizo kampuni, tuko na surety gani kama sisi watu wa Western tutapata hiyo kazi, tutaweza kuingia katika hizo ajira. Jambo lingine ni kwamba ni vizuri tujue ni walemavu wangapi wataweza kuandikwa, kwa sababu wakati tunapofanya mambo ya advertisement, walemavu wameweza kusoma, na pia kuna wale ambao ni vizuri ya kwamba tufanye nini, wakue katika kitengo cha mbele kuandikwa, ama katika ile 5% yetu tu katika hizo nini tupate. Alafu la mwisho ni kwamba privatization should be open and transparent, and the possibility bidding and printing should be open, ili walemavu wakaweze kupata hizo ajira. Hata kama ni polisi nini, walemavu ningeomba kwamba sijaiona mlemavu akiwa polisi. Kwa hivyo naomba kwamba mtukumbuke. Unajua ni vizuri, unajua naongea hivyo kwa sababu waziri yako hapa. Msitutenge sana. Asante.
Mheshimiwa Hatibi, Mheshimiwa amesema kuwa anajiuliza ni kwa nini hayuko hapa mbele, lakini waziri ni mwenye fikra na busara, ndio maana alisema lazima uongee, na amesikia yale ambayo umesema. Asante. We'll also have another representative from the County Assembly, that is Honorable Akosi. Honorable Akosi, you can come quickly.
Waziri wetu CS Mbadi, Gavana wa Jimbo la Kakamega, FCPA Fernandez Baraza, na wananchi wote, Mungu yu mwema kila wakati. Kwa majina naitwa Boniface Akosi. Mimi ni MCA wa bunge gatuzi la Kakamega, wadi ya Shinoi Shikomari Esumea kule eneo bunge la Navakholo. Kwanza kabisa, kwa ruhusa ya naibu wa spika, naomba kusema tumekuja hapa waheshimiwa, na pia tulikuja na wafanyikazi wa bunge la gatuzi la Kakamega ambao hatukuweza kuwatambua. Tunaomba tu waweze kutambulika kuwa wako pamoja na sisi. So may the staffs of the County Assembly of Kakamega be upstanding for recognition. Yes, those are our think tanks. And whatever discussion we are having here, those are the ones who are going to put it into a functional document. We appreciate your presence. Thank you. Waziri, we want to appreciate for the session we have here. And on behalf of the members of the County Assemblies, one, thank you to have come down to meet us and meet the people of this great county of Kakamega for this very noble conversation. We have two conversations around here. One is on privatization. And the simple question in the House is, are we discussing about the ownership or the efficiency? If we are able to answer that, we will not really struggle on the privatization issue of the two proposed parastatals. If the efficiency, if they are giving the service to the people and Kenyans are benefiting, then we have no problem with it. However, our trouble will be if we privatize, get whatever, offload whatever shares we have, get those funds to the national kitty, then those funds are not put into the proper use, then there will be a problem. So Waziri, we would really want to task you with that. Whatever that is being collected and taken to the national kitty, we are just openly asking, let it be put into the proper use, because what Kenyans want are better services. And once we get the better services, we will not have any trouble with whatever policies or whatever proposals you are bringing to our end. We shall reciprocate by supporting the cause. The government has never been in the business of making profit. The government has always been in the business of giving service to its citizens. So we appreciate for your coming, and because you sat and you have real economists and planners around the ministry, I know they're giving you the right advices that will see Kenya move forward. About budgets and making process, the 2026-2027, again, another question in the House is a simple one. There is budgeting and there is the implementation. We make so many proposals during the budget making process. Some we get to see them, many we never get to see them put into action. So our prayer will be, as a people, especially the Western region, for a very long time we felt we've been sidelined tumeachwa nyuma. Whatever programs we are proposing, we are saying we appreciate this government. However, we will want to see many of the programs that were started being completed. And once that is done, again as a people, we will always support the process. But if we come during the budget making process, make our numerous proposals, and we don't get to see them being implemented, that's when we always sometimes see people look like they are resisting when they're just saying, we made a number of we made a number of proposals that have not been materialized. However, I work with the County Assembly of Kakamega, and we really want to I want to appreciate the youth leader who also recognized our fallen hero, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. I belong to UDA, but we are in broad-based government. Raila Amolo Odinga was the father of devolution. If we really cherished and loved Raila, let us protect devolution. Devolution today, counties are the biggest employers today. And for us to defend devolution, Waziri, now that you are here, we can never be functional. You know, functions as accompanied with the resources. We have continued to experience delayed exchequer releases. However, this government has tried compared to the previous regimes. On that one, because I worked with the County Assembly of 1722, 22-27, to be very honest, you are giving your best. However, we continue to witness those delays. But Waziri, the problem is not just about the exchequer release. For the governor here to be able to implement whatever proposed projects, resources must be made available. There is another office that you must raid and address, the Office of the Controller of Budget. That office, it has a lot of bureaucracies that the exchequer may be released on the 15th of this month and funds will be accessed after a month. While everybody believes funds are with the counties, funds are still being held in the National Treasury because of the bureaucracies by the Controller of Budget office. That is a conversation that if we really want to see these governments operate efficiently and smoothly, that must be addressed. And finally, it saddens me to see sometimes when our leaders are just fighting to agree on how much must get to the counties. It saddens me. Waziri, you can be the savior here. If they are proposing less, you give more. So that you confirm to them that there is this money. But if you are the one who tried to negotiate hapo waambie ndeni mtufinya hapo hivyo, these counties are serving the very people this national government is serving, and we want the best for these people, and the best can only come accompanied with the resource allocation. With that much, I want to thank you. Mubarikiwe sana, mimi ndiye Akosi. Thank you.
For gender parity, finally, we'll welcome Honorable Victoria Zila. Let's clap for Mheshimiwa as she comes.
Thank you so much. Our Cabinet Secretary, Treasury, Honorable Mbadi, my able Governor, Dr. Fernandez Baraza, all stakeholders present, good morning. I am Victoria Zila, a member of the County Assembly. The tragedy of speaking last, it's because much or almost everything has been said. However, just to build on what my colleagues have said, on privatization, Bwana Mbadi, I want to use a very simplistic analogy to explain it. I'm a parent and I'm a mother. You assume I have a family, and I know every day I incur expenses. I have to see how well I can be able to manage my family, right? So I'll need to establish funds on how my children can be educated. And maybe I have a kid who has a special need. that needs funds to support healthcare, among very many other needs. Sometimes, sitting down and saying, today I'll sell my vehicle and use the money to finance, it might be difficult. If I don't manage that funds properly, I will still go back to the same problem. Then tomorrow I'll sell my piece of land, and another day I'll sell my investment, and I'll be stuck in that circle because of one thing: poor management of those funding. When we talk today about privatization, we are talking about giving out our investment as a nation to the private sector. The fear is, and what stakeholders contributed here, how well are we ring-fencing these funds? Do we have proper framework to ensure that these funds are well managed and safeguarded so that as a nation we can prosper? How well can we oversight these funds? How secure are these funds? Those are the questions that everybody is asking. Because at the end of the day, we might end up privatizing our national treasure and end up as a nation that has failed to prosper. Bwana Mbadi, as you come here, I'll want you to convince me that it makes sense that if we privatize these funds, we'll be able to prosper as a country. On budgeting, I'll just want to say a few things because much has already been said, especially by my predecessor, Akosi, about the challenges we are having from exchequer release to the control of budget office. I wouldn't wish to repeat that. But as someone who has been in the CSO world for 10 years, a strong advocate of healthcare, Bwana Mbadi, I'm a bit worried. You understand the current situation as a country. We are having our major donors who are exiting. We have USAID, which has closed down, and many other international partners. Truth be told, these partners played a very key role in supporting the healthcare sector, especially for the county governments. Today, my governor here has to work extra hard to ensure he delivers in healthcare. But truth be told, the resources available today are not sufficient. Healthcare is such a huge burden. We have the Ministry of Health at the national government. I would wish to beg, as you do your budgeting next time, prioritize healthcare. We can never thrive with a nation that is not healthy. And I'd also wish to suggest that as they get this funding, let them complement what we are doing at the county level. We are having a serious issue with cancer. Bwana Mbadi, most facilities don't have the capacity to do screening. If we are not able to take care of preventative measures, we have a very huge crisis ahead of us. I'm worried as a mother, how can we ensure that we have maternal death coming down to zero? The county government has funding, yes. We do our best to budget that, but it is not enough. I request that we increase on funding towards healthcare so that we can be able to cushion the counties. Number 2, on budgeting, I would appreciate if we also look into infrastructure development. I want to acknowledge and salute your government for the deal of ensuring there's a dual carriage from Nairobi to Rironi, the Nairobi-Rironi Summit. It is very important if we extend that before we go into the next election to the Western region. That is the only way we can open up the market in Western Kenya and opening up to our neighboring countries. Education sector, as much has already been mentioned, it is my prayer that we collapse all funds. There is no point of having too many bursaries. We have Ministry of Education, they have their own funding, we have help. The dream was to ensure we have free education. And how do we get there? Education is the basic equalizer of humanity right now. We are struggling at many levels, but when we make education affordable, we'll be able to have a very productive country. Lastly, Bwana Mbadi, Kakamega County, I was born and raised here. Kakamega County is very strategic. Even our predecessors ensured infrastructure and the governor has expanded on the same. Kakamega County is the second most populous county in Kenya. That means there's a very huge burden of young people who are 74%, and most of them are not employed. I want us to think differently. Most of the time while we do our budgeting, we are not looking at how best do we address these issues. Sending our people abroad might not be able to solve it. Some of us, we are so attached to our motherland, we are not willing to go and work abroad. I appreciate that we have an industrial park in Likuyani. Thank you so much. I appreciate we have an industrial park in Likuyani, whereby the county government is supposed to contribute 50%, and national government produce 50%. I want you to look today at Kakamega County from a very different lens. The sector, industrial sector that exists here majorly is the sugar sector. We had a vision of having a motorcycle plant. We have a vision of ensuring our young people in cottage industries are able to grow and create employment for their peers. It is my prayer that as you do your budgeting next time, let's place Kakamega as a very strategic place that we can develop several industries, and please ensure that. That way, we will be able to turn around the economy of this country. That way, we will be able to create employment for these young people. That way, we'll be able to prosper as a county. And as a member of county assembly, that is one way we can increase our revenue collection. Lastly, allow me mention one thing, because I'm the goodwill ambassador of this project. We have a plan to establish a 2 billion worth aquaculture center and research institute in Matungu. I want to appreciate my governor here. He has been kind enough and he has donated 25 acres towards that development. This is a project under Kenya Marine. Kenya Marine has heavily depended on donors to ensure they expand on this sector. Kakamega has a great potential for aquaculture. So I want to beseech you as you do your next budgeting, beyond us waiting for them to be supported by World Bank to bring this dream to life, kindly prioritize funding that parastatal so that they can also actualize this dream. And we will really appreciate. For those very few or very many remarks, thank you so much. Asante.
Thank you. At this point, we will first introduce the governor, Kakamega County, Governor Fernandez Baraza, who will answer the first set of questions. Please let's all be upstanding as we welcome Governor.